President of the General Assembly, Excellencies, colleagues, friends, it is with great pleasure and honor that we welcome you today to a very special event co-hosted together the Permanent Mission of France to the United Nations. We are delighted to share this occasion with all of you as we join in celebration of 100 years anniversary of the legendary Charles Aznavour, a world-renowned artist, an exceptional human being whose music has touched millions of hearts across the globe, transcending borders, cultures, and generations. A man whose life and work epitomized the very spirit of French-Armenian friendship. Charles Aznavour was more than a musician. He was a luminary as a man of rich cultural heritage, a national hero, an ambassador of Armenia, and a symbol of hope and resilience whose remarkable legacy continues to inspire us today. His centennial has been included in UNESCO's calendar of anniversaries of eminent personalities and important events by a joint application which was supported by over 80 countries, a testament to the lasting global impact left by his extraordinary talent. Today, on the actual birthday of Charles Aznavour, a series of celebratory events commence around the world. Concerts, film screenings. These events will honor Aznavour's immense legacy, his fascinating songs, along with their brilliant storytelling and artistic renditions, his unique voice, which will forever resonate in our hearts, and of course the movies that have captivated millions and millions around the world. With a career spanning more than 7 decades, Aznavour continued performing with unflagging enthusiasm into his 90s, selling out concert halls from Paris to Los Angeles and New York, from Yerevan to Osaka. In his own words, Aznavour was 100% French and 100% Armenian. While indeed he was both, he was truly a global citizen. And it is indeed symbolic to be celebrating his centennial at the United Nations, at the organization which is the embodiment of the world community of nations large and small. He composed and performed over 1,000 songs in French, English, German, Russian, Spanish, Italian, and of course in Armenian. He toured the globe, embraced the world, and the world loved him back. Beyond his incredible career, Aznavour was also a great humanitarian. His fundraising campaigns were critical in overcoming the devastation of the massive earthquake that hit Armenia in 1988. Since then, he has fundraised for numerous humanitarian projects throughout the world, collaborated with fellow artists to aid victims of Haiti's earthquake of 2010, and funded research projects targeting the prevention and treatment of grave diseases. Today, I am indeed proud to host this event that includes a formidable exhibition dedicated to the life and career of Charles Aznavour, with photographs by Roger Kasparian capturing his artistry, legacy, and spirit. And we have today with us Madame Lydia Kasparian, the daughter of the famous photographer who arrived from Paris to present the exhibition. And of course, no event dedicated to Aznavour could have been complete without his timeless music. And I would like to thank the United Nations Staff Recreation Council, the UN Singers, whose commitment to promoting harmony and understanding through the universal language of music is widely recognized and appreciated. Tonight we'll have an opportunity to enjoy the power of music of great chansonnier Charles Aznavour as presented by the UN Choir. Friends, I thank you all for joining us today, and I want to pass the floor to my dear friend and colleague, Ambassador Nicolas de Rivière, the permanent representative of France. Nicolas, please.
Chère mère et chers amis, Charles Aznavour était un trait d'union. Il était cet homme totalement arménien et totalement français qui avait décidé qu'on pouvait aimer 2 fois et ne pas choisir. L'Arménie était sa cause et la France était sa vie. Il était l'une des belles plumes et l'une des voix les plus émouvantes de la chanson française. Les titres ou les refrains de ces chansons sont entrés dans le patrimoine commun. Une grande majorité de Français sait aujourd'hui spontanément poursuivre quand on commence à dire « je me voyais déjà », Je vous parle d'un temps. J'habite seul avec ma maman. Hier encore, emmenez-moi. J'ai travaillé des années. Que c'est triste, Venise. Ma vie sans toi. Et tant d'autres. Lui, le fils d'immigrés arméniens, était le chantre de l'esprit français et de la vie parisienne, capable de croquer comme nul autre la vie de bohème des artistes de Montmartre ou de décrire la vie de scène qu'il aimait tant. Puisant son inspiration au plus profond de ses racines, il signa plus de 1000 titres qui traversèrent les époques, les langues et les frontières. C'était aussi un grand comédien, sur scène comme à l'écran. C'est sans doute son rôle dans Ararat d'Atom Ergoyan en 2002, ce film relatant le génocide arménien qui fut le plus bouleversant. Car Charles Aznavour incarnait là son histoire, celle d'une Arménie qu'il ne cessa jamais de défendre et de faire rayonner. De l'Arménie, il fut le fils, l'ami, l'ambassadeur, mais aussi l'enfant prodigue lorsqu'en 1988, il vint au secours des sinistrés du séisme. Ce fut le début de son engagement et il ne devait plus cesser. À travers Aznavour, à travers cette exposition, c'est aujourd'hui l'occasion pour moi de rappeler ce que la France, en tant que nation, doit à tous ces Arméniens qui, fuyant leur patrie, sont venus grandir la nôtre. Au nom de l'amitié entre la France et l'Arménie, je suis donc très heureux aujourd'hui d'inaugurer avec toi, chère mère, cette magnifique exposition. Merci.